Hey guys, it is Nina Soul. I am here at home and I decided to do a little house tour, little tour of my home. And some things I'm going to avoid showing because I do have some Yule gifts that I do not want certain people to see that happen to watch my channel. So some things I'm going to try not to show, and yeah, I'm going to make it really quick since I have to get my butt back to work. So I guess I'll start in the kitchen. So this is my kitchen, and there's my Rose of Jericho altar. This crate is actually it says like wine on the side, which is perfect because my theme in my kitchen is like kind of like wine, grapes, cheese, and la madama. So, yeah, somewhere on there it said something like California wine, something, some type of wine crate or something. So it went perfectly. I just put like some grapes up on top. A lot of these things I got from my dad. So this was a candle that he had. He must have burned it for a little bit, but I'm not going to because I want to save everything that was my dad's. This was a little bowl right here that my dad had as well. It's cute. And the colors, I mean, as you can see, pretty much a lot of my stuff, my dad's stuff, went very well in my home, as well as Leela's stuff. So some of the things I have in here, I have a kinetic energy talisman. This one I do not wrap it and I don't wear it or keep it on me or anything. I keep it here with my Rose of Jericho. And these I do have available at the shop, so if you guys are interested in getting one of these for you, it has like pyrite, there's some mint in there, some copper BBs, and this thing that is blinding you, this 4-leaf clover. So it's like a lucky charm. And then I have some other stones in there. Hold on, Gilo's calling. Okay, have some other stones in here, some rose quartz for love, labradorite for protection, clear quartz for spiritual attunement, mookaite to, basically what it does is when you learn new things, it helps you to store information and not forget what you've learned. And of course, selenite. Always keep a piece of selenite. And that stays over here by my Rose of Jericho. Sometimes I switch it around. Sometimes I'll put different stuff in there, different offerings. I pretty much cleaned everything out of there and just kept the stones in there. I did have a candle in there before. Whoa, gifts. Sorry. I got a couple gifts up there, so I can't show you guys the top of my... This is kind of where I do like my food preparation, like I cut stuff and chop things up. And here is my mortar and pestle. This is my dad's as well, so it's passed from my dad. It is passed from my dad, and it's huge. I have yet to clean it out. I haven't cleaned it yet. And there's still some residue in there from whatever my dad was grinding up. I don't know what he was grinding up. Looks like glitter and some type of red stuff. I don't know. There was a little bit of weed in here too before. I was like, dang, Dad, you're grinding your weed up in the mortar and pestle. Then I have like some jars of herbs over here, some jars over here. Let's see. Here's my pup being nosy. Oh, and I got these really cute gifts from my friend, Melly, my sister. She brought me these really nice beeswax candles. These are awesome. They smell really good, really clean. This bath bomb, it's a mermaid bath bomb. And these wipes right here, it's peppermint bark. And I have some other herbs that I have to put away still. This right here is allspice. And these are the bay leaves. I used to grow my own bay leaves, but then somebody threw away my tree, which I was very pissed about. So now I have to buy bay leaves until summertime comes around, or springtime, when I can buy another bay tree. Let's see, here is my window where I hang all of my stuff to dry. I have like these 2 rods up there and right here. This is where I hang everything. You guys seen my lamadama with the string right here. This is where I pull the string and I cut it, and then I bundle up things and I hang it right up here. This was my dad's too. Life isn't about waiting for the storms to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. And another lamadama. These are all gifts. You guys can't see that. Here's a picture of my daddy when he was little. And then this is Lila's. Every blade of grass has its angel that bends over it and whispers, grow, grow. Look at Armani's baby picture. And this was my Chiquita. She was the Chihuahua that I had for 13 years, and she passed away like 4 or 5 years ago, I believe. This I encased all of Armani's little baby teeth in there. I don't know why my camera looks so... Hold on, I'm going to clean it off real quick. Okay, so this has all of Armani's little baby teeth in there. It's a magnet. I made it into a magnet. These are all his baby teeth that I collected when he was a puppy. They usually lose their teeth when they're about 7 months old. So these are his baby teeth. This was my dad's. Look at Armani. Happy Monday, Desert Siren. Look at Louie. Louie's always tired. It doesn't even matter if he just woke up. I'm making beans. I have a pot of beans on the stove. These are dried pinto beans that I'm cooking here. So I have those. What's going on? Let's see, boring. Oh, everybody was asking if they could see my Lamadama altar. This is my Lamadama altar. This is where I just basically, I have my tarot cards, my oracle cards. I have incense here. Louis is my spirit animal. I'm the same way. Aloha. Desert Siren. This is my big Lamadama cookie jar. I don't use her for cookies or anything. If anything, I'll probably end up putting like maybe loose sage or something inside of there. But just so I could burn that while I'm, you know, doing whatever it is I'm doing, meditating or whatever in here. This is my pyramid that I made. This is another kinetic energy piece. You guys, so I sell a lot of kinetic energy, but I also use a lot of it. So I have a lot of my own pieces here at home because these work really well for filtering out energy. And this one right here is for creativity, connection to spirit. Hi, Nadra. Connection to spirit, inspiration, and higher power. And it's surrounded by a bunch of different crystals, so anytime I need to use a certain crystal, you know, you guys already know what this one is. You know, I'll use different crystals that are around here. Yeah. Hi, Renee. I hope everybody is having a great Monday. And this is just, all this is a piece of fabric, you guys. You can go to Joann's and you can literally pick out whatever piece of fabric you like and use it as your altar cloth. This might not stay permanent. I do like to mix the blue and the yellow because yellow for me is Lamadama, or also red is also Lamadama for me. But blue, you already know who this represents. So, and I like it because it looks like what, I don't know, possibly a mermaid tail would look like. Then I have her hanging right here. This is the tarot bag that I had made. If you guys had seen my DIY video I did, that's the tarot bag. So I still use this, especially for this deck, because I don't have anything. Yeah, red is also for her as well. Yeah. So I don't have any bag that, or any other bag that will fit with this deck. And I do keep a piece of selenite with each deck. So this selenite stays with this deck. And then I have, I have this one in here with this deck. And this is a really pretty African doll. So I have a lot of African, what do you call them? Yeah, you got what I was saying. Damn, autocorrect. Yeah, I know, I hate autocorrect too. So I got some really awesome African artifacts handed down to me. Thank you to Leela and to my sister Red Witch. This is one of the dolls that I had gotten handed down to me. And I keep this here because this is like a broom. Acts as an altar broom for cleansing. I have my other decks right up here. Oh, this is a naughty deck. Anybody seen that deck? That one's pretty naughty. It's pretty gross. I mean, it's gross but naughty, but I don't know. It's some of the images are a little bit like, holy shit. Let's see. And then I got a book here. Okay, I'll go to my... Hi, Trini. So you guys, please ignore my big-ass mess in here. Here's our Christmas tree. Oh, Margaret, you have three mama dolls as well. Love them. Yes, I know. I love working with her when it comes to divination. She really helps me with divination. So this right here, you guys, everybody gets to meet my daddy. That is my daddy right there. Oh, thank you, Margaret. Yeah, I got the text message. I was meaning to text you back. But thank you so much. And I can't wait to get it. Oh, Desert Siren says, hi, Dad. So this is my dad. This is a box that he had in his room when I went to go and clean up his belongings in his room, and I decided to put his ashes in here. So, oh, thank you, Renee. You guys, I apologize for the barking. You know, dogs will be dogs. And then I got a bunch of gifts under there that I need to wrap, so there's just a bunch of stuff. Oh, thank you so much, Margaret. It looks prettier when it's lit up. Hold on, let me light it up. So this is it when it's lit up. And it's not a very big tree, and I wanted to put it on top of the stand because I don't have a very big apartment. So I wanted to put it up so that you could see it out the window. Oh, thank you so much, you guys. And right here are our stockings. There's Poppy, that's my hubby. Call him Poppy because I'm mommy. That's Mangi. Mangi! That's your stocking? Is that yours? That little one right there that says Greenie, that's Louise. Then Mommy. And this right here, I was really happy to get. This is my dad's piece. It is a candle holder, and it is encased with pretty much every different crystal like I can think of. It has them all over the place. And once the candle gets down low enough, it acts as like a luminary, I think it's called. The Clancy today stealing food and showing his tail. So this is one of the pieces that I was really grateful to get of my father's. He had showed me this piece. He had showed me this piece a long time ago before he had passed away, and He had told me one day, he's like, one day it'll belong to you. And I was like, I don't know. So I was really happy to get this. Oh, I need to look up what a Clancy looks like. I've never heard of a Clancy, Margaret. So yeah, I was really happy to get this. Right now I am burning a candle for Red Witch's mom and for my dad, because they are already going on. I know Marianne's mom went 40 days already, and my dad, let's see, I haven't really counted the days. I try not to. So yeah, but I lit that for them. And there's some frankincense oil in there, and it is a Virgin Mary candle. Oh, you looked up the beach glass, the glass beach, Nadra. I'm telling you, you got to see if that's close to you, because I'm telling you, girl, I would be over. If I lived in Cali, I would have already been there. This I have my candle snuffer holding. This was another piece that was handed to me, both the candle holder and also this very, very beautiful, I believe this is Ganesh. And they're both made out of silver. I know this is silver. This, I want to say it's brass. It looks like brass to me, and it's very heavy. So I use him to hold my candle snuffer. And here are my little aquatic creatures. Where is he? Oh, he's hiding. You can see a foot right there. That's Aura. Her name is Aura. Yeah, it looks like Pooter. Oh, okay. Yeah, it might be Pooter, Renee. Yeah, so this right here is Aura. That is my Mexican salamander. Oh, it's a Chihuahua long hair. On my Instagram, I have pics, beautiful candle holder, and all those stones for power. Yes, my hubby will be gone 3 months. Oh, I'm sorry. This is my memorial box for my dad. So this is this right here. This is the candle holder that I had sitting at his bedside when he was in the hospital, and I was lighting candles in there for him every day when he was in hospice. This was what I kept next to him, and yeah, oh, I'm sending love to you too, Margaret, and we're gonna get through this. The next year is gonna be lots of blessings and good stuff, because we kind of had a rough last couple of months this year, so I'm looking forward to the next. So this was the piece that I had told my dad that when he had passed away, I told him that anytime that he wanted to speak to me to make the flame of the candle move. So yesterday I did have the candle on for a little bit. I had it on before I went to bed, and I used this to burn my rope incense. It looks like a roach holder, which is funny because my dad used to burn hella weed. So it looks like a roach holder, and I think he would think that was really funny if I had that on there. He would probably be having some jokes. Then turquoise, you know how I had already told you guys that turquoise always represents, for me, represents my father. He used to wear turquoise all the time, and he worked with it a lot in his jewelry making when he had his Native American shop, and he used to make a lot of pieces with that. And then that's a piece of coral right there, because he would integrate both coral and turquoise and bone beads. That's what his jewelry that he used to make look like. So this memorial box I actually made. I don't know if you guys would be interested. Maybe I could do a DIY as well. So it has a cover. Oh, let's see. It has a cover to it. This is what the cover. So I tie these ribbons together, and this is the cover. Okay, yeah, Margaret, I'll do a DIY. So you know, this, it's all glass. It's completely glass. So there's a glass right here, and a glass right here. And then I have the cover, and I have a little angel up here. And yes, it would be perfect for pets as well. Yes, definitely. And that back picture right there, that was me holding my dad's hand. That was our last time together. He was already in hospice, and that was the last time I held my dad's hand. And right here, this is my quinceañera picture. This is me and my dad dancing. My quinceañera. I have some dried lavender that I picked from the hospice center that he was at. I have this right here that I picked from the hospice center he was at. This is a cattail. My dad, he used to always pick these for me, and when I was a little kid. And he would pick them for me and my cousin. And my cousin, she would always mess hers up. And me, I always tried to save it as long as I could. But then it would kind of start to fall apart. But this one I sprayed really good with hairspray. And it's doing really good. It's not coming apart or anything. It's well preserved. So I saved that to remember my dad. This, if you guys remember me mentioning the bracelet that I put on my dad's wrist, this is the bracelet right here. So I do turn that tea light on sometimes, and then it makes that carnelian light up. Oops. So this was the bracelet that I had on my dad's wrist. And I wanted to keep it on him. I wanted him to be cremated with it, but my grandma was like, no. She's like, you never know with the people if they're going to take it or whatever. She was just like, you know, it's better that you just keep it. So I had put it in this jar to keep my dad's essence on it because I didn't want none of that to be taken off. Aw. Yeah, you guys, if you guys are interested in it, I mean, I already see two, you know, Margaret and Trini said that they'd like to see how to make one. This was a rock that I had painted for my dad. It says, "You are my sunshine." I had a bird. There's a story that goes along with this. I had a bird, a cockatiel named Sunshine when I was a little kid. It was my best friend in the world. He got really sick, and my dad had taken me to take him to the vet. And my dad, I remember I remember he was like, "Holy cow!" And he knew how much he had to pay to like for the bird to go to the vet. But my dad was the type of father that if Aw, thank you, Margaret. That was beautiful. That was so beautiful. I didn't know you could write in Spanish. Look at you, girl. So, he had paid all his money to get my bird vet help, and the vet had told my dad, well, it's a 50-50 chance. My dad was like, well, it better be the right 50 because if not, I'm gonna be up in here. Oh, Margaret, holy shit, you speak 5 languages. Wow. Yeah, but I mean, unfortunately, my bird didn't make it. But I always remember that. So I made this painted rock for my dad. It says, "You are my sunshine." And this stone right here, that altar plate, is actually a pretty rare stone. That is orbicular jasper or ocean jasper. It's really good. Oh, you speak 3 languages? Look at y'all. This, let's see if I could turn it. I might have to turn the whole box because. All right. So when my dad was passing, I had went and cut this rose off from outside in the front yard of the hospice center, and I wanted to take something into my dad so that he could feel like he was outside, like he was free, like his spirit was free. So I had put this flower right under his nose, this rose, I put it under his nose, and I was telling him all of my last words and saying goodbye to him and telling him all the things that I wanted him to know before he left. And this was actually the rose that he ended up passing with. He passed away with this rose right by his nose. That's how my dad went. Finally, when he finally allowed himself to go, this rose was with him. So I kept it and I preserved it and I put it in my memorial box. That's the picture of my dad. That was at my quinceañera too. There's a picture of me. He used to take me to the beach all the time. We would spend hours at the beach, a whole day sometimes we would spend at the beach. So that's a picture of me at the beach. Oh, thank you, Margaret. Let's see. This candle holder, I had actually made this for my dad because he was struggling with alcohol abuse and addiction, and amethyst really helps with that. So I had made this for my dad one of the first times that he had gotten really sick. I had made this for him to bring him, you know, strength and to help to heal him, and it did. It worked. It really did work. And when I went to go and clean out his belongings, this was down there. So even the times that, oh, thank you, Nadra. Even the times that we would go long periods without talking to each other, I know that he constantly thought about me because a lot of the things that he had in his room were pictures of me, things that I had made him, you know, little things that I had wrote to him. He even saved an oil that I had given him. It's like a little, like couple little drops inside of it, but I have the bottle, so I brought it back with me. Okay, I will show you guys my cabin of curiosities. This is my witchy cabinet right here. I call it my cabinet of curiosities because I got a lot of really interesting things in here. If you guys are not comfortable with animal parts or anything like that, I suggest that you jump off of here because I am about to show some stuff that you might not want to see. So we'll start with this one first. Okay, so just right here I have my chiquita right here. That's her ashes. I have this really cool, oh, it's stuck. This rattle. This is handmade. Oh, a small monkey paw. Oh my gosh, Margaret, that's awesome. That would be awesome to have in a collection. So this is a rattle. This is really nice for, you know, when you're doing drum circles and you don't know how to work a drum. You can be that one with the rattle on the side, like, yeah. I'm that one that doesn't know how to play a drum. So I have other instruments that I have. That is one of my instruments. And I keep that in this really pretty abalone shell. This is polished on the outside as well as the in. Negra. Here's my Prada right here. That's her. That's some of her because she was a pretty big girl, so she could only fit. For some reason, when I got her this, I just thought that when you were cremated or when anything was cremated, it got really small. So I thought this would be big enough for her because I'm thinking it was going to be like, she was going to be like a handful of ashes. But she actually filled that black bag that's back there and this right here. This is my Day of the Dead area. So this is me and Gilo. Gilo don't got no hair in here. I got the dreadlocks. This little baby that we don't have, there's Louie and there's Armani. So Red Witch had gotten these for us. They're little skeletons. These sugar skulls I made. I made that one. I made that one. That one down there. I got some graveyard dirt back there. There's a picture of my dad over there. This is a piece of lodolite. These little calacas I made. So I made the Katrina and the Catrin, and they're inside of their little casket. I know, I love sugar skulls too. I was so obsessed for a while that I just wanted sugar skull everything. I used to have them hanging up on my wall. And Gilo had gotten me this for, I think it was for our anniversary. He got this for me. Then this is my little sea area. Red Witch had made me this. So it's a little, you know, little beach scene. Sandcastle. There's some sandals in there. A little bucket. Some sea creatures in the water. This book about seashells, that was Leela's. And that was another book. There's a candle. This right here I had made, but she got kind of bumped around. This is a real piece of coral. Oh, excuse me. This is very nice. Never seen the ocean on my list for sure. Yeah, I would really like to see the ocean too. This right here, this is actually a shed of, it's a shedding from a stingray. So this is a stingray shed. See, and it still has the stinger attached to it. So that was really awesome. I was happy. A lot of these things I got gifted to me. These, let's see. Oh, this right here I had gotten from like a secondhand store. It is like a little metal fortune cookie, and then it has like a little chain, and then you pull the chain out, and it actually has a message inside. And it says, "Whoever said money can't buy happiness didn't know where to shop." I should actually give that to Red Witch. She's more of a shopper than I am. So it just slides right back in there. Come on, one hand. You can do it. Aw. My left hand is like somewhat like, just does not. There we go. Good job. All right. Then this is the one that I was telling you that you might want to click off, because I do have some wet specimens. I collect wet specimens and I jar them myself. So, let's see, I have some mermaid pictures, my selenite. This is actually a pretty rare stone. I'm not going to touch it because the crystals on here are actually little hairs. They're like little needles. Every time the stone gets touched, it breaks. So I try not to touch it. I don't remember the name of it. I'll have to look it up again and write it down. But this is a pretty rare stone, and I don't touch it. Nobody touches it. So that is in there. This is my amber. Jilo had bought me this. It's an amber necklace. I used to wear it a lot when we first opened the shop. Every bead has an inclusion. So that's really pretty. Here's my herb grinder. My hair is a hot mess, you guys. I got out of the shower and I didn't even fix my hair or anything. This is an herb grinder. I have a coconut shell down here. I live not too far from the beach, and I rarely go. Oh, Nadra, you should go and start spending some time at the beach. Oh, Margaret, you love amber too. We have so much in common. So this right here is a coconut shell that I use for the bowl to catch all the herbs after I grind them, and it has a selenite wand in it to keep it all cleansed and charged. This, I think, is actually pretty old. I had found this at a thrift store, and it seems like it's pretty old to me. This I have where I can put, like, you know, I don't even know what it was originally used for, but I use it for when I like do black salt. I'll scoop it and then I'll sprinkle it. It's another metal. I have some sunflowers I dehydrated. This jar was a gift for to me from a friend. She sent it from, where'd she send it? From Europe. Yeah, from Europe, I believe. No, from England. I'm sorry. She sent it from England. I love, like, apothecary things, so I was like, ah! This was, I got 2 purses in here that my dad had in his Native American shop. So these I got to keep. Okay, we're already getting to the stuff. All right, so right here I have a rabbit. This is a rabbit, like the spine with the butt. I don't know what you would call it, but like the butt part. And it actually looks like a face. Oh, did you? Oh my gosh. Mother Mary Guadalupe pendant made out of amber. Oh, awesome. And an amber ring. Yeah, I had an amber ring too, but I don't know what happened to it. Oh, thank you. So this is rabbit. And I keep it on top of this deer skull because I think it looks cool like that. So that's a deer skull. These are some rabbit vertebrae that I have in here. Rabbit skull. Oh, there's a jawbone. This I'm not going to show because honestly I'm not too sure I'm not too sure what bird it's from, and I'm not too sure if I can legally have it, so I'm not going to show that part. So I just took that away. This is a rabbit pelt. Then this right here, this is fossil jasper. So this is covered with millions of fossils. This is fossil jasper. So this is really awesome. It's a nice big pyramid. It's my personal collection. Then I have a dehydrated chicken head. It's my chicken head. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's lots of luck and mothering protection, exactly. And for fast, anything that you need done quickly. This I actually made when I was a little kid. I made this when I was little. It was like a kit thing, and I was like so excited because my dad used to make a lot of Native American stuff, and I was like, and I really like lions. I know it doesn't really go, but I really had a thing for lions, so it's kind of representation of my dad and me. And this is a raccoon skull that is broken, but I like them like that. Then I have a little bird skull right here. And I was lucky enough to find this. This is a piece of squirrel tail. So you guys already know that the squirrel is one of my spirit animals. And I actually have a really strong connection with squirrels. So I have a tail right there. And I just kind of slid it into that piece of wood because I think it looks cool. Whoops. Alright. Then, okay, I'll get to my wet specimens. I only have a couple of them so far for right now. I have a big squirrel that I need to jar up, but I need to come across the right jar. So here is, this is a frog. And these are all preserved. I haven't had to change the liquid in this one, but I do think I might end up having to change the liquid in my other jar. Oh, my squirrel friend? Oh, that's Chessie. Yeah, Chessie. I haven't seen her in a while, so I'm hoping she's okay. We have Chessie, Baby, Grandpa, and we have some new ones that come to the shop now. Yeah, it's none of them. It was actually one that I found over here in my neighborhood by my house. So this is my little frog. Then this one, be careful. These guys right here were gifts also from a friend of mine. These are baby moles. So there was actually a nest. My friend lives, her backyard is literally a forest. And these were actually, like during the season when we had a lot of rain and it was really cold outside, she had found these little guys. They were dead and frozen, and they were in a bunch of hair, which I think the hair the mom was using to try to keep them warm. But unfortunately, they had drowned and they were also frozen. So she had gotten them for me. Thank you so much if you are watching. I love you. And I kept them. These are mine. So there's 4 of them all together in here. I kept them all together. I don't want to separate them. Yeah, I know, poor things, but you know, I treat them very well with respect, and you guys already see. I mean, I'm not in here like playing with them and you know, shaking them around. I just did that with the frog so that you guys could kind of see him because he was sitting down at the bottom. But I like him to kind of be a little bit more in the middle of the bottle. And you know, these guys, I don't mess with these at all because yeah, it was really sad. Yeah, I know the way that they died. I know it was sad. Like the poor mom, like, you know, I can't even imagine, like, you know, what she had to have felt like not finding her babies where she had them. And I mean, maybe she did and she'd seen that they were dead. But so I keep them in here. I think that's it for my wet specimens. Like I said, I have some other stuff. I have stuff in the freezer at the shop that I need to jar up. Gilo will not let me keep dead animals in my freezer here at home, so they're at the shop. I just need to find jars big enough to keep them in. Let's see. Oh, my baby. I'm washing his bed right now, so he's all pissed off because he doesn't have his bed to lay in. Armani's sleeping right here. This is his chair. He sleeps right here all day, every day, like a bump on a log. And right now he's mad at me too because the witch mouse. Oh, the witch mouse. I have the witch mouse over at the shop. Yeah, I still do have her. She's at the shop. He's all mad because I'm washing his blankets. Look at him. Money, you love me? Don't be mad. You're going to love me when I bring him up because I put extra Suavitel in it and you like Suavitel. Right? Oh, he's like, get away from me. And your bed too. You're going to have your bed pretty soon. All right. Off to more stuff. Let me turn this light off. Check out my beans. Oh, shit. I got to put some more water in there. I'm going to let that run a little bit. This over here is my witchy room. So I have a lot of my dad's stuff and Lila's stuff. So that's my dad's jersey right there. He, not his personal jersey, but he used to like to wear a lot of Packers stuff. Packers was his favorite team, and I kept one of his jerseys. I got a lot of Native American artwork in here as well. This piece I created. This is deer jaws. It is a dream catcher with deer jaws and some little, I don't know, like little acrylic gems, I guess you could say. Then this macrame doorway, I did this too. My pentacle. I have different plants, more kinetic energy. Another plant. And then this, my dad. Okay, there we go. Tip back. Hey. So my dad was, you know, my dad had done some time in jail, so there's some prison art right here. This, he did not draw this, but he had a cellmate that did that for him. You guys. Oh, thank you, you guys. Then there's another picture of me when I was little. This is a picture of my dad and my great-grandparents and my aunt and my uncle. All right. This is also my dad's. My dad, like, and, you know, he had a lot of Mardi Gras stuff too. Like he loved a lot of the same stuff I love. So it's just crazy. Like, I don't know. And then this is an owl that he had. I kept this because my mom used to collect a lot of owl stuff when I was a kid. So owls remind me of when I was a child. And some more Native American stuff. I have a lot of totems. Here's a totem. So there's a lot of different things on here. There's a turtle, frog, you know. This was also my dad's. He has a broken horn, but I don't care. I still love him. He reminds me of my dad. He looks like my dad too. My dad looked like him, or however you want to say it. Then I have some more totems, some books. more books. Up here. So you guys, if you guys ever seen Tequila's videos where she's talking about passing around the baby Jesus, that's the baby Jesus. I got one too. So yeah, this was given to me as a gift for Christmas. My mom had gotten me him. She is like, because we don't have any kids, she was like, oh, here, I got you a baby. Then, yeah, you remember that, Margaret? She always talks about that. Oh, Clancy was barking because of my dogs. um, that is my dad's another. That was a painting that somebody had given my dad for doing work on their house. My dad used to volunteer a lot when people, you know, if people's houses got damaged from the weather, or if they just couldn't afford to be able to pay for their house to get fixed. My dad would always volunteer and go and help people. And he did a lot of stuff. My dad used to lay concrete. He used to do mason work. He used to do roofing. He used to do chimneys. He did carpentry. My dad did everything. Let's see. Little things that my dad had. This right here is a very awesome piece. This is another African artifact. This is actually a headrest right here. Oh, thank you. Yes, he was a very gifted man with a gentle soul. Oh, hold on. I got my water. Got the water going. I got to get water and put it on my beans before they burn. Ay, Dios. All right. Hold on. 1 second. Let you guys look at Armani for a second. Money. What? You being good? You are? You're a good boy? Oh, Louis is a good boy too. Oh, thank you, Margaret. It's actually not that big. It's actually a pretty small apartment. But yeah, I like it. I like it. Ooh. Yeah, these babies almost burned. Okay. Yeah, I know he wants his bed so bad. He's so pissed at me right now. But then that's the thing, is that they love me. They love me once I bring them their clean beds. Oh, this is the other thing, you guys. So I have, you know, like a lot of Lama Dama stuff around my kitchen. But the thing is that with this house is like, all this is like super antique. So this is actually what gives our house value, is that all this stuff is like super old. And 1 hour behind me. I don't even know if that, I don't know if that time is right. I don't know if it's right or not. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't even look at the stove time. You're very, very observant, Margaret. So we can't update any of this because this has to stay like this, because this is how our home has value, is because everything is, even the floor, everything is antique in here. So everything's very old. Excuse me, fat boy. All right. So back to my room. Let's see, I showed you guys all. Oh, this is like my favorite piece right here. So you guys see this right here, right? At first I thought this was a male statue, but I was like, no, it has boobs. So then I had tipped it over, and this is actually a goddess statue. This is a mother goddess statue. She's actually giving birth. This is one of my favorite statues right here. She's very beautiful and powerful. She's very powerful. I love her. So that's another symbol of the goddess. Oh, I'm Central Standard Time. Yeah, it's retro. It's very retro. This right here, this is a basket that is made out of birch wood, which I love birch wood. And then the handle right here is an antler, and it has deer leather, and it also has some bear. Where is it? Actually has some bear, or it might be buffalo. Maybe it's buffalo. I think it's buffalo. This is buffalo hair, I believe, unless it's bear. I'm not too sure. It's cut into whatever animal it's supposed to be, so I want to say it might be a bear. And it's really soft. It's not wiry like what I think a buffalo would feel like wiry, thick hair. Yeah, and then I just have some little corn husk dolls that I had made in there. So that's that. And this is a really cool piece too. This is an Aztec. I believe it's Aztec. I don't think he's Native American. He looks very Aztec to me, including that. Okay, Gilo keeps calling me, so hold on, guys. Hold on real quick. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. Alright, and then right here, this is my prosperity altar. So I have my frog with the coin in his mouth with all these brass coins surrounding him. This is one of Gilo's crystals. This is pyrite in quartz. You okay, Louis? Are you choking on happiness? Yeah? So that's pyrite with some clear quartz. Very, very pretty. I keep that right here on my prosperity altar. And this is another stone. I don't know what the name is. He knows what it is, but this is actually a man-made stone. He would have to tell you more information about that one, but it is a pretty rare stone because there's only so much of it that exists. So there's that. Oh, here's another gift from Melly, from my friend Melly, and I put it here on my prosperity altar because it has that coin on it. And then I like to use this patchouli spray. I use this to spray my prosperity altar because patchouli for me does draw in money. It draws in success and abundance. So I use this to spray my altar. Let's see, I don't think there's anything that I missed up here. You guys can pretty much see everything. Oh, I did take some of my dad's ashes and I had encased some of his ashes in here to put it on this head. Oh, shit. Sorry, Dad. Sorry, Dad. He's like, what the fuck? All right. Oh, okay. This is that oil I was... Hey, yeah. My goodness. This is that oil I was telling you guys about that he like pretty much saved everything that I had given him. I know, I just dropped my dad. Poor dad. All right. Let's see. This right here, this is my great-grandma's. My great-grandma had made this quilt. She used to do a lot of quilt stuff and sewing. This is my spirit doll. I showed her in another video. And now that I looked at her, because I sat her right here on this piece of blanket, and I noticed that this is the same material, so I almost want to think that maybe my grandma might have made her, or at least her clothes. I know she had to have made her clothes because what a coincidence, like that's that same material. And I mean, she probably made the dress, I assume. Let's see. Right here, let me turn this light on. This is my living frog. He's in here. Kermit, somewhere in there. Armani, you leave him alone. You like to pick on him. Oh. You like that one? I got this really comfortable blanket on here. This is a really heavy blanket. This is like one of those blankets that my mom got it from Mexico, I think, when she went to Mexico. It's a really thick, heavy blanket. I got a voodoo doll. This is a candle holder right here that I made with crab claws. This is actually a squirrel skull. This is the top part of a squirrel skull that I light my candles in. So I can fit a tea light right in the skull and use it as a bowl to hold the candle. My flightless fruit flies for my frog. Oh, thank you, Margaret. So I don't know if any of you guys have reptiles or you guys use these at all to feed any of your reptiles, let me know if I should make a video on how to keep these guys breeding and how to keep them, because these jars are pretty expensive. This is like I think it's $11. How to get rid of fleas. Ooh. Okay. That's I don't know if that's actually a real person, but I didn't know if it was like a, yeah, I mean, to get rid of fleas, I would think just apple cider vinegar. That's all I really use. I have a actual, let's see, in the summertime, this is what the boys use. So it's more of it's a plant-based formula. It's not like a chemical thing, but it works really good at keeping fleas away. So if you look it up, it's Vet Best Nature's Healthcare Flea and Tick Spray. So let's see. I got this bottle right here. Gilo had gotten me this Tweety bird when we first started dating. You think it's an ad? Yeah, I think it's an ad too, Nadra. Yeah, I don't know. It says sexy girls for dating. I'm like, what? Raccoon baculum, which we also carry in the shop. This is really good for sex energy magic, for like if you're having any type of problems when it comes to that type of energy, it works really well for that. But sex energy is also energy of creation, so you can use it in whatever way you like. Oh, but this Tweety, Gilo got this for me when we first started dating. Our first Valentine's Day, he had gotten me that Tweety bird. Let's see. Oh, this little music box. Gilo got me this. We went to Chinatown. Hold on, let me. Oh shit, I almost dropped you. Alright, I'm trying to do this. Well, you guys know what song it is. It's that ding dong, the witch is dead. So he got me this when we went to Chinatown. Up here I have another Native American statue and it has a bowl. Let's see, my mama and me have pine cones all around the house. You have them too, cool. Yeah, I do have pine cones everywhere. I'll find stuff and I'll just bring it in with me. It's my way of keeping the outdoors indoors, like just at all times. I like it. I like to feel like nature is everywhere around me. So I'll actually bring in a branch if I like how it looks. I will bring in pine cones. I will bring in pretty much anything that I find outside that I like. There's another candle that my dad had with an angel. He used to love angels. That box right there, that mustard colored box, he had gotten me that for Christmas. There was some things inside of it that he had gotten me, but I kept the box. That is tobacco oil. I'm trying to do that, but I live with family. Aw. Well, maybe create your own space. Keep it in your room or something. That is a lantern that my dad had. And Armani laying on my blanket where he's not supposed to be. Look at him. He's like, if I stay really still, maybe she won't notice me. Oh, this is what I mean by I will bring in branches into my house. So we had these things that I don't know what they were. I think there was a window here before at one point, and we had a tree fall on our house. So there might have been a window here. I don't know, but there's like these things that you would use to hold drapes. So I didn't want to take those off because I didn't want to mess up the wall. So I found a branch outside and I put it right up there. That's my dad's hat. That is the hat that I had a dream of he was wearing this hat in my dream. And then when I went to go and collect his items, my grandma pulls this hat out and she goes, I don't know why he kept this. I kept telling him to throw this dang thing away and he would never leave home without this thing and blah, blah, blah. I was like, that is the hat that was in my dreams. So it came with me and I hung it right there. And that is a bag of salt and lavender. These were given at the witch's ball, and I hung it right above the door for protection and to bring calming energies into the home. That is green aventurine, so that's really good for bringing abundance and prosperity into the home. Another dream catcher I made. This I had made, Louis had a food dish thing that is, I don't know, it was like a metal thing that carried his food dishes. That way they weren't sitting on the floor. Well, that thing broke. So I didn't want to throw it away. So instead I incorporated it into a dream catcher. And there's shotgun shells at the bottom with some quartz inside of it. These are duck feathers that the boys ate the duck. So I put the duck feathers right there. That is a vertebrae. I want to say, what kind of vertebrae is that? Oh, it's too big to be a rabbit, and rabbits don't look like that. So I want to assume that it might be a raccoon vertebrae, but I'm not 100% sure. It's definitely something bigger than a rabbit. Thank you guys so much. This is my Santo Niño de Atocha. This was passed on to me by my mom. This is a really heavy, big ass heavy frame, and it's really heavy. So El Santo Niño de Atocha, if you guys look into the Orishas, this would be Elegua. So this is the saint of open roads. So I keep them right here in my witchy room, facing where I do my work at right here. This is where I do all my creating. That's why it looks like a hot mess, because I be working, and you know when an area is messy, it's because it's being used. Look at, he's looking at my frog. What are you looking at, Monk? You be quiet, because nobody was talking to you. Oh, you don't care? You love me? All right. Then I have this mask that I have bought when we went to Arkansas. I bought that mask. It looks very tribal to me. I do not know the history of it, unfortunately. I would like to know, but when it comes to masks, it's really hard to find out the history of them. So then this is my staff right here. That's Gido's staff. It has, his has green obsidian in the eyes, and that the eyes actually light up. Oh, thank you. And then this is this one right here is selenite, and it has jewel beetle bugs around it. Jewel beetle bug wings. Ooh, that's hard to say. This right here is my room. We do keep our bed on the floor because my pups both, well, Louis has shoulder problems because he's little. He's not supposed to jump up and down off of furniture. Armani has 2 bad knees because he had gotten 2 ACL surgeries, and I refuse to sleep without my pups. So we got rid of the box spring, got rid of the frame, and now our mattress is on the floor. Not because we couldn't afford a bed or anything like that, but because I just refuse to sleep without my boys. And this is a California king-size bed because we need a lot of space because we have a full bed at night. Here's Louis' steps. Louis, you want to show them how you use your steps? Come over here. Show them. Use your steps. Use your steps. Go on the bed. Use your steps. Show them how you do it. Come on. Come on, use your steps. Oh, no, you got too close to the edge. Use your steps. Come on, use your steps. Up, up. Good boy. You used your steps. Good job. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Oh, okay. I have hanging over my bed with my dream catchers and my mama pictures of angels. Wow. Yeah, we do got a lot in common. So this is right here is my Himalayan salt. I never turn it off. I always keep it on because it's constantly purifying the air and purifying the energies in my home. This is a, oh, thank you, Renee. This is a caña right here. This is in English. Let's see. In Spanish, it's caña. In English, it is, what the hell is it called? In English, come on, think. Caña. Cane. Sugar cane. It's, it's sugar cane that I had dried out. And I hung this in our room right in front of the window to always bring in sweetness, happiness, love, so that in our bedroom it'll always be loving energy and, you know, to sweeten up our home, sweeten up our room, our sleeping space, so that we'll have sweet dreams. It's, that's why I have it right here. This also lights up. I could show you guys really quick. I had hung Christmas lights on it, and I did all of this stuff. I macrameed it myself. So I used oh, thank you so much. I used some, what is this, rope, and I did a macrame, and then I hung the Christmas lights. These are those icicle lights that I had hung. Oh, thank you, Desert Siren. Thank you, you guys. You guys are so sweet. And this is a witch's ball that I had made out of a really old light bulb. This thing is huge. This is an actual light bulb. This light bulb is super old. That starfish, it used to be intact, but then it broke because it fell off of a window when I had it. Before we got our apartment, we used to have a room. I had this hanging up in there, and it happened to fall off. I think we were putting plastic on our windows, and somebody accidentally bumped it. So my starfish did break, but I put the seashells in the shape of a heart. Then I have these little fake pearls with some seashells hanging. I have all of my jewelry hanging on this as well. So I have all of my necklaces up here hanging because I like them to have that energy, you know, of the moon. Whenever there's that full moon outside, they're catching all that energy. And then they're also bringing a lot of energy in as well. So this is a talisman that I had made for myself. This has a lot of different things in it. It has love. It has the double terminated point right here. So the double terminated is basically it connects our realm with the spiritual realm and brings them together. I have my pendulum hanging right above my Book of Shadows. There's my Book of Shadows. I have my seahorse beads. This is another, this was a gift from Jilo as well. Then this is my Yemaya beads. And I wear these when I'm doing cleansings. So I incorporate her energy a lot with what it is that I do. Let's see. This is an athame. This has a mermaid on it. This is a wooden athame. And then I have this that I had found in my dad's room too. It's a knife sharpener, but it has like a deer antler on it, and I don't want to use it for that. I like to use it as another athame. So I have two athames. Thank you so much, Margaret. This is a Mother Mary statue that I had gotten from my dad's room. This is another statue I had gotten from my dad's room. And I love this depiction as well because this is it's very Yemaya when you look at it. You see that she's got that crescent moon down below, the crown, a lot of that depiction of her, just like you just see, even in the Mother Mary, you see Yemaya. So I have a lot of Virgin Marys, a lot of Yemaya statues. Are not really Yemaya statues because I'm saving up to get me a big one, but I do have, this is the voodoo doll that I had made. So this is my Yemaya statue. I look at her as if she's my statue, and I put a lot of work into her. So these are, I believe these are freshwater pearls, and the beads, and then the blue beads with it. Let me see if I can get her out. So you see she's pretty big. I wanted her to be very big. She's holding a crow feather because the crow is my spirit animal. And then she has that starfish right here at her, it's like right above her third eye chakra. And this is my Reiki heart right here. So this selenite heart, this is the selenite heart that I use when I'm doing cleansings. I have programmed this heart with all of my Reiki symbols, and this is my Reiki heart. So I use this heart whenever it is that I'm doing certain workings. Right now it's sitting with my Book of Shadows, but when I do cleansings and things like that, I have this heart on me. I usually put it in my bra. FYI. Then in the window I have some more stuff right here. I have a spiritual journal. Oh, thank you so much. I have that spiritual journal. Me and Gilo had actually started it. We would write, and we actually need to continue to do it because we're doing it for like a couple of months at first, where we would write things that we're thankful for about each other. And I highly recommend, if you guys are married or you guys are in a serious relationship, that you guys write things like that about each other, because it really does help to strengthen a relationship. Let's see, I'd gotten this like nutty stuff when it was Halloween. I got it from Dollar Tree. It just, to me, it looked like fishnet. So I'd use this, but it kind of creates, you can't really see what I'm trying to show you in the back. So I have this Yamaya candle that was a gift from a friend of mine. Yes, it is. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, for sure, Margaret. It's those things that kind of keep you always knowing what it is that person sees in you. Because sometimes, I mean, even though you guys are, if you're close and you're with each other all the time, sometimes there's not certain words being exchanged that you kind of need to know these things, and it helps in a lot of ways. This right here, this is my mom had given me this. This is actually, this picture changes. It changes between the two saints that she uses. So it changes between Saint Jude, which is her saint, and it changes to Saint Anthony. So San Antonio, when anything is missing, we always put him upside down. And then Saint Jude, he helps a lot with like when it comes to really hard things, really, like they call it like hopeless, or I don't know how, if it would be called hopeless. Basically, when there's really, really hard stuff going on, he brings miracles. And also he helps with a lot of different, like, I think my mom also uses him to help with finances, with her finances. So she gave me this. Pretty much anything, if somebody gives me something and it's not really, like, for example, if anything that my parents ever give me, even if it's not really what it is that I work with, it still means something to me, and I still incorporate it with what I do because I grew up with it, and also because my family, my parents have so much faith in it that it's carried on. You know, it's things that you carry on with you. So this is Gilo's, this is his god right here. This is his santo. This is Shango. So this was a candle that I had made for him, and we kept the jar. So we put the jar right here because it's the god to the left and the goddess to the right. So that's my Yemaya, and that's his Shango, and together it's us. And this right here, this is my, please don't drop anything. Okay. Whew. This is my crow wing. This is an actual crow wing. I use this in my cleansings. This is a real wing. So this ain't fake. This is a real wing. I use this crow wing when I'm doing my cleansings, when I'm using like a smudge, I use it to fan and to do in my cleansing rituals. So this is, I keep this, I don't leave it at the shop. There's a lot of things that I leave at the shop, but this is one thing that always has to come home with me. And when I bring it home, I just put it right back on my altar, and I keep it right here in the window. There. And that's about it. Oh, this easel too. My Book of Shadows is on an easel that I had found in my father's room. And I don't know what he had on it. I think he had a frame or something on it. But I'm telling you, all these things just go perfectly with, you know, what it is that I needed and what I use. I have my ink right there, my pens. This is my anxiety jar. So anytime that I'm feeling anxious, I shake this jar around and you concentrate on the glitter and you work on your breathing exercises. And you watch the glitter kind of calm itself down, and it starts to kind of sink back down to the surface, but it takes time. It doesn't do it right away. So during this is when you would just concentrate on this jar and concentrate on the glitter settling to the bottom. So this is my calming jar. Yeah, it helps a lot with meditation, Margaret, especially if, oh, Nadra says that she feels the great vibes. I'm glad. So it helps a lot with meditation if you can't seem to like, I need a bigger jar. If you can't seem to calm down, having something like having a tool to help relax you, it makes you feel better. These are Jilo's mala beads, so we keep these in the window as well. This is a alligator tooth. I had worn this the other day and it looks like an uncircumcised penis. Tell me it doesn't though. It looks like the skin was like pulled all the way over and it's just like chilling. I don't want to make fun of it too bad because my stepfather gave this to Gilo. It has an alligator right on the top, so it's an alligator tooth, but it seriously does look like you can't even deny it doesn't look like that. Then I have my scrying mirror. I have a candle holder that I had made. This holds 3 mini ritual candles. Can hold 3 of those. And this is a clear quartz that I mined in Arkansas. I have some glass vials right here that I need to put stuff in. I don't have anything in them yet. I plead the fifth on that. This is a voodoo doll that I was gifted at the Witch's Ball. We had a, she's Moonlight Bean. If you guys look her up, I believe she does have a website. And it's a lucky voodoo doll. So even though if I make something, I still like to see what, because you can tell they're two completely different, you know, this is her voodoo doll and that's my voodoo doll, you know, so, but I still love to get things, even if it's something that I already make, because everybody has their own take on them. Everybody has their own style. Not everybody does things the same. And I love how crazy his hair is. Like, look at him. This is definitely my boy doll. He's my male energy. Then I have some cotton right here. I really like these for Lama Dama and also for Yemaya. I like to have so I have all this cotton in here. I have some peacock feathers. This was gifted to me by my cousin. It's a really long peacock feather. And these were just mine. My aunt had given me these branches that have like these little ice on. It's like fake ice on them. That's about it. Yeah, that's it. Look at my Louis. Oh, and we do have mirrors in front of our bed, not just for our freakiness, but also because it reflects negative energy away from us while we're sleeping. Cotton is so powerful for protection. Send that crab back to folks as well, and super great for prosperity. Awesome. Thank you, Margaret. Look at my Louie. He's sleeping on his grandpa's blanket. This blanket, I have not washed it yet, and it's so full of dog hair. He doesn't want me to touch it. It's so full of dog hair. He's like, you're not taking this one. This is the blanket that my dad passed away with. So, you know, when people are in a hospice, look, he doesn't want me to touch it. He's so mean. That's mine. Look, he's like, no. Look, he wants me to let go of it. So this blanket was also with my dad when he passed away. And the boys really like to lay down with it and cuddle with it. Let's see. He likes to lay down in there. I sleep with this blanket every night. This blanket and that blanket too, because this was also my dad's blanket. Just like Clancy. It's your blanket, Louie. Aw. I want to see what Clancy looks like. I'm going to have to look up your Instagram, Margaret, because Clancy is such a cute name. Then pretty much that's about it. This is Gilo's beat making laboratory with his Xbox. These are some pieces that he's working on right now. I'm not supposed to show these, so don't tell. So these pieces he still has yet to electroform, but they're 3 labradorites. So these are all labradorite. He's going to be electroplating these. So electroplating, basically he infuses them with copper. So these are going to be infused all around. Hi, Elaine. Welcome. And that's about it, you guys. Look, he's not supposed to. Yeah, you're not supposed to be on there. That's about it, you guys. I guess I better get back to cooking my beans before they burn. I hope you guys enjoyed my little house tour. Oh, that's another thing that's my dad's too. I forgot to show y'all that. This was in my dad's restaurant. My family used to own a restaurant in Wisconsin. It was really well known. It was called, first it was called Lone Star, and then it burned down, and then they had gotten another restaurant, and they had named it Tejanos. So they used to have a restaurant called Tejanos, and this was one of their decorations that hung in there. So I was really happy I got to keep this as well. And it's huge. It's really big. Let me see if I can put my hand. See, so this is my hand. My hand on it. Huge. Thank you, Cassie. All right, you guys. Well, I better get going because I have to finish making dinner. It's getting a little bit later. My puppy is misbehaving. He probably wants to go outside. Oh, my baby. And yeah, I got a lot of work to do. Oh, you're welcome, Cassie. It worked? Oh, you're going to have to let me know. Snap me. Snap me and let me know what happened. I hope you guys enjoyed this little house tour of mine, of my little home. And yeah, that's it. That's my home. That's my house. So you guys, thumbs it up if you guys liked. And I will see you guys at the next video. And thank you so much for watching. Can you say thank you, Louie? Say thank you. Say it. Say thank you. Say thank you. No? Can you give me a high five? Okay. All right, you guys. All right, I will see you guys later. Have a great Monday. And many, many blessings to you guys. And I will see you guys later on. Blessed be.